tons of them. Most of them are that way. There's an issue too. You got to realize, under the breed-specific portion of DOLA, a lot of our rights that are given to us through the Charter are being stripped away. Warrantless entry is one of the huge ones that we're faced. One of our members, Rui Bronco, was, his dog, who's never had a complaint against her, was sitting on her doghouse. An animal control officer drove by, saw the dog, attended his residence, and said, they wanted to take the dog. They were refused, so 6 police cars, 3 animal control cars came to Rui's house, broke through kicked his door in and seized his dog. So the dog sat in quarantine for 97 days. It cost Rui $20,000, and it turned out that, and what he said all along, Brittany, his dog, was a boxer mix. So, his dog went through hell, he went through hell, cost him $20,000. The city of Brampton actually had a front page ad that cost them over $7,000, stating they couldn't state anything about the case. So we figured it cost that one case alone, it cost the taxpayers of Brampton $100,000. So there's a lot of tax dollars being spent on a law that can't be enforced on a dog breed that there isn't even a breed of.
For a dog to sit there in the joint, so to speak, sit there, in the Humane Society for that many days is not good at all for the dog. That's absolutely insane, detrimental to the dog to be confined like that for that period of time.
Yes, and unfortunately it's still continuing with other dogs right now. There's still dogs sitting there that have issues, with this law, and it's not fair to them. They're being held in captivity, and when they come out, if it's such a long time, they're not going to be socialized. They're probably going to be, aggressive to people because they're stuck in, a kennel situation or a shelter.
That's one of the other issues, that we're really trying to get this ban repealed. One of the concerns is, after 7 or 8 years of not being able to socialize our dogs, we're not allowed to take them to dog parks. They have to be muzzled. So if a dog is not able to be socialized, it does affect their personality. And Brittany and Rambo, the 2 dogs from Brampton, they're not the only cases of the government being, absolutely overzealous. There's a case that the DLCC was, fought on behalf of their owner. So this dog Ginger, just after the ban came into place, was being walked in the park by the owner's mother. A collie-type dog attacked Ginger. Ginger's muzzle came off a bit, so Ginger was ordered put down because she was attacked by another dog. And the fact that her muzzle came off briefly made her an illegal dog in Ontario. It's absolutely ludicrous, to us that follow this kind of stuff.
Let me ask you right about now, Sean, now that we're about 20 after 1 here. So what can the listeners do? What can they start doing today or tomorrow to change how everything is being handled?
Okay, well, the number one thing for me, and I hope the listeners don't get up in arms about it, but do not vote Liberal October 6th. If you vote for the Liberal government and you are a dog owner or a dog lover, you are continuing the targeting, the discrimination against this breed of dogs. Another thing you can do is go to stopcanineprofiling.com, like I mentioned earlier. There's online petitions, there's the online letter. Like I said, we've got 143,000 sent on our behalf. Every time we're at Queen's Park, they're letting us know that, that it's being heard. Talk to your MPPs. Sherry DeNovo is an MPP from Parkdale High Park. She's put forth a private members bill. After the election, it'll be read again. So talk to your MPPs, talk to your council people. We have rallies, not all the time, but quite a few rallies. We're having a big one. I believe it's September 10th. Keep your that date open. Come out to the Million Marches. If the politicians don't see that there's the public will or desire for this law to change, it'll never change. It takes a little bit of us getting out there and saying enough. Don't be using our tax dollars to come into our homes without a warrant, seize our family pets, and then kill them, all the while saying it's for our own safety. And then if, like Rui, they don't kill the dog right away, they're using your tax dollars to put your dog to death. It's a vicious cycle that we just don't agree with.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely insane. And I know that we were talking off air, and I think it was maybe yesterday or the day before, but we were talking about the Chihuahua being on a dangerous breed of dog list. Was that in the UK or something like that?
That's in Australia. The Chihuahua and the Pomeranian are both on their list. Listen, you'd be surprised. Again, we don't want to really get into that too much because we're not trying to target any dogs. Like I said, our goal is owner responsibility of any breed. But some of the dogs that are targeted under breed-specific legislations, you know, not just in Canada, the States, Venezuela, Norway, you know, there's dogs there. Holland had a 15-year trial period of BSL, and they've repealed it because it didn't reduce dog bites. Italy has repealed theirs. They had, at one point, they had 90 dogs listed on their BSL table. In the UK, which has spent £14 million between 2001 and 2006 targeting these dogs, are on their second reading to repeal it. One of the main things that we've been fighting about is that at the hearings in 2005, you know, 43, I believe, out of the 44 credible witnesses and experts stated that breed-specific legislation does not work. So Dalton McGuinty comes out and says, you know, oh yeah, we're doing this for public safety. We listen to the experts. Sure, you know, we can't deny he listened to them, but then he, you know, ignored everything that the experts said. And, you know, we believe, and, you know, obviously we can't prove this, but we believe he did this, you know, instigated this law to deflect, you know, I don't know if you remember in 2004, he was being sued by the Taxpayers Association because he went back on a legal document he signed stating he wouldn't raise taxes. There was a big kerfluffle about that. We just believe that he did that to deflect some of the attention from that fiasco.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. What else do we need to do and to get involved? Can you talk a little bit more about the walk and how people can get involved in the walk? Do you have a date, time, information on that?
So the walk in Cambridge is Saturday, March 26th. We're meeting at the Cambridge Centre in front of the Bay. Of course, if you have any type of dog that is substantially similar, or could be called a pit bull, you have to be in compliance. You know, we don't want anybody's dog to be at risk. And we're not just looking for pit bull type dogs, we want all breed dogs to come out and support us. And on the 27th, I believe everybody's meeting at 1 o'clock at the Queen's Park in Toronto, walking down Yonge Street to Nathan Phillips Square, which, you know, is an awesome place to go, considering that it's called Freedom Square. There's a part of the Berlin Wall there against oppression. You know, you should realize that we have to carry papers with us to prove that our dog is not a pit bull. So, you know, that's, in this day and age, to have to carry papers so your animal, your family pet is not seized and killed is a throwback to a different era.
I couldn't agree anymore. Couldn't agree more. It's got to be about education. It's got to be about proper training and proper socializing. And you know, I'm totally with you, Sean. And I'm so happy that you're here today.